Comebacks don't happen in comfort. They happen in the trenches. They happen when you face the brutal reality of what's been holding you back. Was it procrastination, fear, a lack of discipline? Don't hide from it. Write it down. Acknowledge it. Own it. Because the things you refuse to face will own you. And once you face it, the next step is simple, though not easy. Build. Build habits so strong, they become your identity. Because discipline, it beats motivation every time. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline gets the job done. Start small. Read 10 pages a day. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Take that first step to the gym. Every action is a brick, and brick by brick, you're building the fortress of your greatness. Here's the truth. No one does this alone. Take a real look at the people in your life. Are they helping you move forward, or are they holding you back? It's a tough question, but it's necessary. If someone isn't aligned with where you're going, it might be time to let go. This isn't about being cruel. It's about choosing yourself. You can't afford distractions. You need people who challenge you, inspire you, and make you better. And let's not sugarcoat it. This year will test you. You'll want to quit. You'll have days where nothing seems worth it. But when that moment comes, when everything feels heavier than you think you can carry, remember why you started. Not the surface reason, the deep one. The life you're trying to build, the person you want to be. That's what will keep you going when nothing else will. The truth is, this isn't about comfort. Growth is hard. Change is uncomfortable. But the pain you feel along the way, it's temporary. The results, the life you create, that stays with you. Let's talk about what this really means. This isn't the year for small goals or easy wins. This is the year to dig deep, to stop coasting, to show yourself what's possible. Think about the people you look up to, not just fictional characters, but anyone who's overcome something incredible. What do they all have in common? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the willingness to keep going when most people would stop. That's what separates the great from the average. And here's the thing. No one is coming to save you. No one's going to do the work for you. Most people won't believe in your vision until you prove it. And that's fine. It's not their job to believe. It's yours. Picture this. 1 year from now, you're standing in front of the mirror, looking at the person you've become. Not just someone who worked harder, but someone who grew. Someone who faced their fears, their weaknesses, and turned them into strength. Someone who didn't quit. That's what this is about. It's not about applause or validation. It's about becoming someone you can respect. Someone you can trust to keep going, no matter what. This is where your story changes. This is the year you stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. So, what happens now? You push. You take the step that scares you. You keep going when it's easier to stop. Because every day you choose growth over comfort, you're moving closer to the life you deserve. And when this year ends, you'll look back and know you didn't hold back. You didn't waste time waiting for the right moment. You created it. This is your year. Let's make it count. But let's get real for a moment. There's nothing magical about January 1st. The calendar flipping doesn't automatically change your life. What changes your life is what you do after that flip. That's what separates this year from every other. It's not the resolutions, it's the actions. It's not the promises, it's the follow-through. The truth is, it's easy to start strong. It's easy to be excited in the beginning. But what happens in February? What happens when the excitement fades and the work feels repetitive? That's when most people quit. That's when most people settle. But not you. Not this time. You see, every day you have a choice. To show up or to shrink back. To move forward or to stay still. To build the life you want or to accept the one you have. Those choices, They're small, but they add up. Over time, they define you. And if you're thinking, what if I fail? Let me tell you something. You will. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to have days where you wonder if it's even worth it. But failure isn't the enemy. Giving up is. Failure is a step. It's information. It's proof that you're in the game. You learn from it. You adjust. And then you try again. That's how growth works. That's how progress is made. Not by avoiding failure, but by using it to fuel your next move. Let's be honest about what holds us back. Fear. Fear of failing. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of wasting time. But let me ask you this. What's scarier? Trying and failing, or staying exactly where you are? A year from now, do you want to be in the same place, with the same excuses, feeling the same frustrations? Or do you want to be someone who tried, who risked, who grew? Here's the truth most people don't talk about. Success isn't glamorous. It's not shiny or Instagram-worthy most of the time. It's messy. It's hard. It's showing up on the days when no one's cheering you on. It's doing the work when no one's watching. But here's the payoff. The quiet confidence of knowing you did what you said you'd do. The strength that comes from keeping promises to yourself. The pride of knowing you earned every inch of progress. So, let me ask you, what does that future version of you need from you right now? What habits? What sacrifices? What mindset? You have the power to create that version, one decision at a time. And here's another truth. You don't have to get it all right. Perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is. Some days you'll crush it. Other days, just showing up will be a win. But as long as you keep moving forward, you're winning. I want you to think about this next year as a blank canvas. You're the artist. Every day, you get to add a stroke. Some days it'll be messy, others it'll be beautiful. But at the end of the year, when you step back, you'll see the masterpiece you created. So, where do you start? You start where you are. You start with what you have. You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need permission. You just need to take the first step. And as the clock ticks toward midnight tonight, I want you to make a promise. Not to anyone else, but to yourself. Promise to keep going, even when it's hard. Promise to bet on yourself, even when the odds feel stacked against you. Promise to make this year the one where everything changes. Not because it's easy, but because you're ready to do the work. This is your time. Your story isn't over, it's just getting started. Let's make it unforgettable. 2024 is gone. It's history now. The missed opportunities, the failures, the pain, all of it stays in the past. But 2025, this is your year. This is the year you rise, the year you transform, the year you make your greatest comeback. A comeback isn't about luck. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about deciding right here and now that enough is enough. You're not going to let the old version of you dictate who you can become. Face the truth. Be brutally honest with yourself. What held you back last year? Was it procrastination? Fear? A lack of discipline? Write it down. Acknowledge it. Because you can't fix what you refuse to face. Build unshakable habits. Discipline beats motivation every time. Start small but be consistent. Whether it's waking up early, reading 10 pages a day, or hitting the gym. Brick by brick, you're laying the foundation for the strongest version of yourself. Surround yourself with greatness. Look at your circle. Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? It's time to cut the noise, silence the distractions, and align yourself with people and content that fuel your ambition. Embrace the grind. Growth isn't supposed to be comfortable. You're going to sweat. You're going to doubt yourself. But that's the price of greatness. When others quit, you push harder. When others rest, you keep going. Pain is temporary, but the comeback lasts forever. Never lose sight of your why. Why did you start? What's the dream that keeps you up at night? That vision of yourself at your best. Hold on to it. Because every setback is a setup for a comeback. Let's go deeper. 2025 isn't about settling for small wins. It's about unleashing your inner beast. Think of the characters you admire. Those who rise from nothing to become legends. Think of Guts from Berserk, who fights through unimaginable pain. Think of Asta from Black Clover, who defies every odd thrown his way. Or think of Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, who channels his grief into unwavering resolve. Your life is no different. You're the protagonist. This is your story. And every obstacle you face, it's not there to break you. It's there to shape you, to mold you into someone stronger, someone unshakable. Remember this. The world isn't waiting for you to succeed. Most people won't believe in your vision until they see the results. And that's okay. Use their doubt as fuel. Let it burn inside you. Let it drive you to places they can't even imagine. And when it gets hard, and it will get hard, think of this. Every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. Every hero you admire has scars, but they wear them with pride. Those scars tell a story of resilience, courage, and transformation. This year, stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop hiding from your potential. Stop living small to make others comfortable. Step into your greatness. Train harder. Study longer. Work smarter. And most importantly, believe in yourself when no one else does. You have everything you need to win inside you. The fire, the drive, the vision. It's time to unlock it. It's time to silence the excuses and crush the doubts. Because 2025 is the year you make your greatest comeback. Picture yourself at the end of this year. December 31st, 2025. The version of you who stayed disciplined. The version who didn't quit when it got tough. The version who proved to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are unstoppable. No more excuses. No more waiting for the stars to align. No more playing small. A comeback isn't about luck or timing. It's about one thing. A decision. The decision that enough is enough. That you're done letting your past define you. That you're stepping into the strongest, boldest, most unstoppable version of yourself. But here's the hard truth. You cling to weakness like a drowning man clings to a broken piece of wood. That false security, that illusion of safety, it's a lie. Weakness does not protect you, it devours you. Look at yourself. Look at the man you are today. Are you satisfied? Does he inspire respect? Or does he inspire pity? If you feel even a shred of doubt, then you know the answer. That version of yourself, the one that settles for less, that hides from challenges, that fears failure, must die. Right here, right now. Because weakness has no place in this world. You call yourself a man? Prove it. Stop making excuses. Stop living in fear. A true man doesn't run from pain. He faces it head on, knowing that pain is the forge where greatness is shaped. A true man doesn't beg for power. He takes it with his own two hands. Let me ask you this. Why are you weak? Why do you falter? Weakness isn't just a lack of strength. No, it's far more insidious. It's the voice in your head that tells you to quit. It's the comfort you seek when the road gets hard. It's every moment you choose the easy path over the right path. Do you know what weakness fears the most? Discipline. Discipline destroys weakness. It strips away its excuses and leaves it with nowhere to hide. But discipline alone is not enough. You must have a purpose, a fire that burns so brightly within you that nothing, not pain, not failure, not doubt can extinguish it. Weakness feeds on emptiness. Fill yourself with purpose and you starve it to death. It's time to act. Not tomorrow, not later. Now you have wasted enough time. Every second you spend living as this weak version of yourself is a second stolen from the man you are meant to be. Stand up, look in the mirror, and face the truth. Are you ready to kill that weak version of yourself? Then do it. Break your old habits. Silence your doubts. Take control of your mind and your body. Don't just talk about change. Be the change. When was the last time you pushed yourself to your limits? When was the last time you looked at a challenge and said, "This will not defeat me"? If you can't remember, then you are not living. You are surviving, and surviving is not enough. Power is not given. It is earned, and it comes at a cost. You think the strong are born that way. No, the strong are forged in fire. They are the ones who endure the unbearable, who face the impossible and emerge stronger for it. Strength is not just about muscles or skill. It's about willpower. The ability to stand firm when the world is against you. The ability to fight even when you're broken and beaten. But remember this, strength without purpose is meaningless. A man without a purpose is no better than a beast. So find your purpose, define it, protect it with everything you have, and let it drive you to greatness. Pain is your greatest teacher, yet you run from it. Why? Do you fear it? Do you think it will break you? Pain is not your enemy, it is your ally. It shows you your limits, and it gives you the chance to break them. Every scar on your body, every ache in your muscles, every moment of struggle, that is the price of progress. Embrace it, let it mold you. Weak men run from pain, strong men endure it, and great men welcome it, knowing that it is the key to unlocking their true potential. So I ask you, one last time, are you ready to kill that weak version of yourself? This is not a decision you can make lightly. It is a war between the man you are and the man you want to become. And in war, there can be no mercy. You must be ruthless. Every time you feel yourself slipping, every time you hear that voice of doubt, you must crush it. You must rise above it. Weakness will not leave you willingly. It will fight. It will claw and drag you back into the abyss. But you are stronger than it. You are greater than it. Be a man. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning. When you fail, the weak version of yourself will beg you to quit. It will tell you that you're not good enough, that you should stop trying. But failure is not a reason to stop. It is a reason to push harder. Every great man you admire has failed more times than you can count. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel. They learned from it. They rose stronger than before. When you fail, remember this. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you rise, you are still in the fight. As long as you rise, you are still alive. What will they say about you when you are gone? Will they remember you as a man who lived with purpose, who faced every challenge with courage? Or will they forget you, as they do with all who live mediocre lives? Your legacy is built every day, with every choice you make. Do you want to be a man who inspires, who leads, who changes the world around him? Then act like it. Live like it. A weak man leaves nothing behind. A strong man leaves a legacy that echoes through the ages. Be that man. I have said all that needs to be said. Now, the decision is yours. Will you continue to live as the weak version of yourself? Or will you kill him here and now and rise as the man you were destined to be? The choice is not easy. The path is not simple. But nothing worth having ever is. Be ruthless. Be relentless. Be a man. and let the world remember your name. Not just in words, but in actions. A man who does not falter, a man who does not quit, a man who commands respect, not because he demands it, but because he earns it. Kill that weak version of yourself, and let the world see the man you were born to be. Mediocrity is the silent killer. It doesn't scream at you or challenge you. It whispers. It convinces you that you're doing just enough. But ask yourself, what is just enough worth in a world where only the strong survive? Being average is a betrayal of your potential. A man who settles for mediocrity has already accepted defeat. He's already bowed to the expectations of others and surrendered his dreams. Do not mistake mediocrity for safety. It is a trap, a slow poison. The longer you remain there, the harder it becomes to break free. Rise above it. Be relentless. Challenge yourself every day to push beyond what you thought possible. If you're not growing, you're dying. And I refuse to let you wither away in the shadow of what you could have been. Fear, doubt, these are the tools of weakness. They are chains designed to keep you from becoming the man you were meant to be. Fear whispers you're not ready. Doubt screams you're not enough. But these voices are liars. You think I was without fear, without doubt? No. I faced them. I conquered them. Fear is nothing but a test, a challenge to see if you have the courage to move forward. And doubt is simply the lack of proof. Create the proof through your actions. The moment you let fear and doubt control you, you have lost. The weak succumb to these voices. The strong silence them. The great use them as fuel to climb higher. Face your fears. Face your doubts. Stare them down until they break. And when they do, you will understand what it means to be truly powerful. Do you want to be great? Then prepare to pay the price. Greatness demands sacrifice. It demands pain. It demands that you give up your comforts, your distractions, your excuses. It demands that you dedicate yourself completely to the path. There will be nights when you question yourself, days when the weight feels unbearable. But these moments are the crucible in which greatness is forged. Weak men complain about the cost. Strong men embrace it. They understand that nothing worth having comes easy. They understand that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every sacrifice brings them closer to their goal. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to do what others won't? Because that is what it takes to rise above the rest. That is what it takes to be a man. You want power? Then master yourself. Discipline is the foundation of all strength. Without it, you are nothing but a slave to your impulses, a prisoner of your own mind. Do you know why so many men fail? It's not because they're weak. It's because they lack control. They give in to temptation. They procrastinate. They make excuses. Discipline is the blade that cuts through weakness. It is the fire that burns away distractions. With discipline, you can achieve anything. Without it, you will achieve nothing. Build your discipline like a fortress. Make it unbreakable. Let it guide you through the storms, and you will emerge stronger every time. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It lulls you into complacency. It makes you soft. Do you think warriors of old found strength in comfort? No, they sought out hardship. They trained in the harshest conditions. They embraced the struggle because they knew it would make them stronger. If you want to be a man who commands respect, you must reject comfort. You must seek out challenges, not avoid them. Every time you push yourself into discomfort, you grow. Every time you choose the harder path, you evolve. Comfort is fleeting. Strength is eternal. Choose wisely.